Right, I wanted to mention something from this article from Hoax Online that came out yesterday, it looks like. It really has nothing to do with this nurse or the title, but in the article there's a rundown of the 9 people who have had Ebola in the United States. And find it odd that 8 of them have survived. Or 7 of them have survived. The New York doctor is stable, I guess they say in here. And then the Nigerian man, or the Ted, died. But the other 7 have lived, when the survival rate in the rest of the world is the exact opposite. So it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Why are all these people living when they should mostly be dead? And just to say real quick on this lady was they said she had a fever at the airport when she didn't. They won't let her speak to her lawyer. She has no television, no books. She's just sitting in a box, basically, with one wall as the window where her doctors and whoever else just looks in on her from behind glass. I mean, that sounds terrible. It's like solitary confinement in a prison. They put in food and water, and that's about it. That's all she has to do for 21 days. You know, and she got the story out that she's being treated like a criminal, you know, just to, again, condition and desensitize everyone to what's coming when they decide to impose the medical martial law. But let's take a closer look at what I wanted to show you from this article, the 9 people. All right, so you got Nina Pham and Amber Vinson were the 2 supposedly the 2 nurses who took care of Ted in Dallas. Now, Nina Pham declared Ebola free. Amber Vinson given the all clear. Ashoka Mukpo was the cameraman who his father and the mother and the whole shady situation given the all clear. Unidentified man was released on Sunday. Thomas Eric Duncan, oh, so sorry you died. Rick Sacra, he's fine. Ebola free. Disease free and released on September 25th. Nancy Wright-Bold, Ken Brantley. Disease free. How cool is that? And then the New York guy, Dr. Craig Spencer. His treatment to date has been undisclosed and his condition is said to be stable. So, taking Craig Spencer out of it, because he hasn't died or been declared disease free yet, 7 out of 8 people have lived, which comes out to an 88% survival rate. So the rest of the entire world with Ebola has about a 70% death rate, and in the United States, it's 12%. And that's accounted by one guy that may not have even existed. So if you say Eric Duncan did not exist, then Nina Pham and Amber Vinson clearly didn't get sick. Ashoka Mukpo works for NBC. His father is a bigwig and his mother's royalty, for Christ's sake. So, can't do him. An unidentified man, sure, yeah, there's 10 unidentified men. That means nothing. Rick Sacra, I don't know. He was released and then went right back into the hospital with a respiratory infection. And I don't know. That could be real, might not be real, I have no idea. Nancy Wright-Bold, Ken Brantley, proven hoaxes. And Dr. Craig Spencer, who knows? Is it just a dry run to get New York accustomed to it? And now there's the New York and New Jersey have put in the mandatory 21-day quarantine, which that nurse from this article was complaining about. She was the first, quote, victim of that mandatory quarantine when she's not sick yet. So I don't know. It looks like the only one I'm not sure about is Dr. Rick Sacra. The rest of these are 90% not real. I'm not saying Ebola is not real, but these people most likely did not have Ebola. It's just the government and the media pushing it on us. So it's just they take us for idiots. They have to say that there's Ebola here, right, to get people scared and primed. But at the same time, they have to pretend it's not dangerous and that the U.S. can handle it. So everybody lives. You know, disappear off the radar for a while, and then the next thing you know, you're hugging Obama. So you can't have it both ways. You can't just pretend that everybody lives here once they catch it, but you got to make sure people catch it here. It doesn't work. You can't have it both ways. It's just another proof, or more proof, that this thing is being orchestrated within this country and I hate to say around the world, but pretty much around the world. So, I don't know, just thoughts on, it's odd that there's only a 12% death rate, and that's one guy that wore green at a party one time, and that's all we know about it.